So here's some more examples of applying the rational root theorem. So remember, this example is list all possible rational zeros of the following functions. So that was my A function. So let's look at another function. So this is example B. And again, we're just interested in the constant term and the leading coefficient. We know all of our possible roots will be possible factors of the constant term. So what will those possible factors of 7 be? Will just be plus or minus 1 and plus or minus 7. Those are only two numbers that go into 7. And let me check, and they're going to all be kind of over the possible factors of 3, which would be just plus or minus 1 goes into 3 and plus or minus 3. So these are our possibilities. So we would match these up with each of these. So we would have, and again with all these plus or minuses, it just ends up being 1 plus or minus. It's going to be plus or minus 1 over 1 and plus or minus 1 over 3, and then plus or minus 7 over 1, and plus or minus 7 over 3. So there you go. So just 1 over 1, 1 over 3, 7 over 1, 7 over 3. So you do it systematically like that. Then you get them all listed. And then we're going to simplify these, and this is going to be plus or minus 1, plus or minus 1/3. Remember, rationals are fractions. Plus or minus 7, and plus or minus 7 over 3. So those are all your possible rational roots. Okay, so it's just kind of a listing process. Okay, let's try another example. Here's example C. And this is f of x equals 6x to the 9th plus 2x to the 3rd plus 3x squared plus 2. All right, so again, my leading coefficient is 6, and my constant term is 2, so that's all I'm interested in. Okay, so I got all the possible factors of 2, so I have plus or minus 1 goes into 2, and plus or minus 2 goes into 2. And my other factors for the constant term, well, those are the constant term. Over the factors of the leading coefficient, I got more of these. I've got plus or minus 6. I'm sorry, I should do it in order. Excuse me. Plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3, and plus or minus 6. So those are the possible factors of 6. Okay, let me kind of doctor this up a little bit. So we do them like in the same order, so it's consistent. So, excuse me there. So we'll just make this 1. And then we'll list all those possibilities. So we got plus or minus 1. And there would be 1, so plus or minus 1 over 1. Plus or minus 1 over 2. Plus or minus, comma, 1 over 3. And plus or minus 1 over 6. So you can go 1 over 1, 1 over 2, 1 over 3, 1 over 6. And then we're going to do the same thing with 2. Plus or minus 2 over 1. Plus or minus 2 over 2. And make sure I get this so you can see it. Plus or minus 2 over 3. And last, plus or minus 2 over 6. Okay, so plus or minus 1 over 1, 1 over 2, 1 over 3, 1 over 6, and plus or minus 2 over 1, 2 over 2, 2 over 3, 2 over 6, and then simplify whenever you can. So this would be plus or minus 1, plus or minus 1/2, plus or minus 1/3, plus or minus 1/6, and plus or minus, and 2 over 1 is just 2, and plus or minus 2 over 2 is 1, and plus or minus 2/3, 2 over 3, and plus or minus, and 2 over 6 is 1/3. Now, do we have any repetitions? Yes, there's a 1, so I don't need that one. And no 2/3 and 1/3, I got 1/3, so I don't need that. So those are repetitions, so these are your unique, this is your unique list. Plus or minus 1, plus or minus 1/2, plus or minus 1/3, plus or minus 1/6, plus or minus 2, and plus or minus 2/3. So those are your possible rational roots. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 possibilities. Okay, so those are a couple examples, and I think that should make sense. It's not too difficult, just a listing process. Take enough room so you don't get fouled up, and you'll be in good shape.